Aloha, everybody. Mr. Holmes here. Welcome you to week 8. That's right, week 8 of 9. We're almost there. This is the home stretch. Okay, so hang in there. Just 2 more weeks. I know you can do it. All right. For those who are coming to class this week, we are going to continue to work on our feather project, our wings, our unity, our big collaboration. I got a lot of awesome feathers in so far, and I'm waiting on yours. So make sure you bring them back when I see you, whatever day you come in this week. Okay, it's really important that we bring our feathers in. That way, they can be added to the wings, and hopefully have a nice full set of wings by the end of the semester. Again, we hope to install that project at the end of this week. Yeah, so it's coming to a close quickly here. All right, for those of us who are online, and as well for those of us who are coming into class, we do have some more work to do on the online segment here. This week, we are starting a new project called Surreal Rhythm and Pattern. This will be your final assignment. This will take you the next 2 weeks to do it, okay? So, week 9, you'll be working on this as well. And that means there's no final. This is your final in the class, okay? So, I'm expecting a higher caliber work. Make sure you spend a lot of time on this. So, let's talk about what this piece is, okay? Here is an example that Mr. Van Dyke created previously of a surreal pattern piece. So here are the rules, the instructions for you this week. All right. First step, you want to find an image from a magazine. We're looking at black and white. And if it's not from a magazine, if you don't have a magazine, like a lot of us don't anymore, if you can print one out from your computer, that's awesome. Or if you can find one somewhere, basically just find me an image that's black and white. You see, we have Robin Williams here, a nice black and white portrait of him. Next, when you're looking for an image, think about how it could work with the requirements. So here's the requirements when you're looking for an image. It must repeat. Your drawing must repeat 2 shapes or forms in your design. Okay? Or one of each. So what we're saying by that is you must repeat 2 shapes or forms. So in this piece here, he's repeating his droplets, the form of this like water drop. That's the pattern that's repeating. And he's also repeating these natural curvy lines. That's a pattern. Then the checkerboard is also a pattern he's repeating. And then you can almost make an argument for these polka dots, this dotted pattern here in this field of black. So that's a third pattern. So there's a lot of patterns here. You need at least 2 shapes or forms in your design. And then must create 3 different patterns. So kind of got ahead of myself there. So he does have his 3 patterns, right? He's repeated the forms, and then there's multiple patterns, which we already talked about, the checkerboard, the polka dots. And then you must use lines, either organic, mechanical, or both. Must use line. And in this example, there's plenty of lines. You can see the mechanical lines coming down here. You see these natural organic lines on top of the canvas. What we're going to ask you to do is please leave little to no white paper showing. Now here we can see there's some negative space, some white paper around these red droplets, but that's pretty much it. Most of this paper is covered in a value of some sort, all right? So make sure you're working on that. If you want, you can add another medium, like color pencils, other pictures you want to add to it, or ink, or like construction paper, what have you. See how he added a little bit of red color pencils into the piece. But primarily, I want this to be black and white through your pencil work, okay? But yeah, feel free to add a splash of color with a different medium if you so choose. So this is a 2 week project, like I said before. This week, what I want us to have done is basically a rough draft or a sketch of it, and hopefully a little start on the final piece. So we're going to submit into the Schoology link. It can be on this document itself. Drop it right here for me, okay? Just input your image, and I want to see the found image, and I want to see how you're going to repeat patterns and what shapes or forms you're going to have represented in your design, okay? Again, this should take you quite a bit of time. So if you have really good paper at home and you want to get a head start on doing the final project, awesome, more power to you. For those coming into class, I will, of course, have a large paper for you to do it with. We're looking at about 12 by 18. So it's a pretty sizable piece. So if you have that at home, awesome. You get to work on it right away. And if you don't, we'll use whatever large, good paper you have. If you have to do it on printer paper, that's okay, I suppose. I know we don't have access to everything. That would work out. But if you do have a larger piece of paper, I highly recommend doing that. you can just get a lot more detail and a lot more of these criteria in your piece if your paper is larger to start with, right? You have more room to play with. So again, start with the found image, follow the criteria as listed. If you have any questions on it, get a hold of me, message me on Schoology or shoot me an email. You should have that by now. And then we do have an example. We do have a case for Edpuzzle to watch. This is due Friday, and it is graded. There are points attached to it. So make sure you go ahead and complete that. Make sure you watch the whole thing. If you stop before it's over, before like the screen goes to black and the timer runs up, it will say that you did not finish it, and it will give you a 0 immediately, which is rough. So watch the whole thing, please. I know. Even I heard there's like an ad at the end of it sometimes, which is really unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. I can't take that out. So you might have to watch the ad at the end even to get the credit for it. If you have a 0 on it and I didn't catch it, just message me and I'll go in and fix it for you, okay? So that's what we're doing this week. Edpuzzle and our surreal rhythm and pattern. Okay? Again, part 1's due this Friday. Part 2 will be done. Well, the final will be done next week, week 9. All right, everybody, hang in there. I'm really happy with the work I'm seeing from y'all. It's amazing. Keep it going. Let's power through and have a great rest of your semester, right? Bye.